AITA for refusing to apologize to my sister after she yelled at my sister-in-law. So my sister is 30 and she is the oldest of my siblings. My brother is 28 and I am 21. My sister is a very self-centered person. Growing up she would pick fights with anyone for anything if things didn't go her way. She was also the sort of person to use emotional blackmail to get her way. To give an example, after she graduated school, she utilized emotional blackmail to essentially economically abuse my parents. To elaborate, my sister, after graduating high school, she went to school for close to 9 years, changed career paths 4 times, and basically financed all of this by emotional blackmailing my father to pay. During this entire phase, the only time she ever came home to visit our parents was if she needed some money. She never even came on my dad's birthday unless she needed some money. She would always have an excuse, but, on her own birthday, it seemed she always had enough time to borrow money from our dad and go to a club with her friends. With this background out of the way, my brother recently got married and my sister-in-law, Sil, is an amazing person. She is the sort of person that ensures everyone is involved in everything even if it means compromising her own fun. With this in mind, she would come for all of my dad's birthdays and even on random weekends to make sure my dad and mom were comfortable. This was great and everyone loved my Sil except for my sister. She, noticing how everyone loved my Sil, became incredibly jealous. It was fine at first, but as my parents grew increasingly closer to my Sil and got annoyed at the excuses of my sister to even come for a visit, this became much more. My sister blames all of this on my Sil, saying that she was trying to replace her. This all boiled over a few weeks ago, when, on our dad's birthday, my Sil helped organize a party for my dad. My sister originally said she was busy so she wouldn't come, but when she heard my Sil was there, she drove right over. As soon as she entered she started playing passive-aggressive and, after noticing how everyone was thanking my Sil for arranging the party, she burst. She basically called her a bitch, a combination of racial slurs and uneducated. She was lucky that my brother wasn't here at the time, he was driving over from his job, or this could have turned ugly. This pissed me off so much that I basically started swearing back at my sister for yelling at my Sil. The problem is, eventually she, as always, started crying. She basically said she was my older sister so she can yell at whomever she wants and I still have to respect her. My dad, mom, and brother, after he came and learnt what happened, are all on my side, but a few of my aunts and uncles are on her side. They basically said it wasn't my fight to be involved in and she is my elder sister. They told me I should apologize but I have refused. However, I do still feel bad for yelling as it isn't in my nature. AITA for not apologizing to her? Edit, omitted a lot due to word limit. AITA for telling the truth, refusing to lie for my brother? I never thought I would have to ask this, but I want to hear from people who aren't my family. This is what happened. A few years ago my brother got divorced. As part of that his ex-wife was ordered to pay him spousal support because of the laws in our province/country about income differences between divorcing couples. If he was to move in with a girlfriend or get married, the spousal support would end. He did move in with his girlfriend over a year ago, but he officially told his ex-wife and the court system that he was living at my house. Just to be clear, my brother and I haven't lived in the same house since he was 18 and I was 14 and he's never lived in my house. I don't know how his ex-wife found out or how it came out, but she took him back to court over it because the spousal support was something like $5,600 per month and he was supposed to get no more if he moved in with someone else. I had to testify in court that my brother has never lived in my house. My brother is mad because he begged me to say he did live here. He flat out told me he lied to the court system because he hasn't worked since the divorce went through and he didn't want to lose the support payment. No way I was going to lie in court. I believe in helping family but not if it means breaking the law. In this case the court already had a copy of the lease he signed for his apartment so they would have known I lied. But my brother and some other people, my mom, one of my sisters, my uncle etc., are mad that I told the truth in court even though my brother asked me not to. So I have to ask, AITA for telling the truth despite what my brother said? I would have thought the answer was obvious, but I'm getting so much flack, and not just from my brother. Lots of people are mad at me for not being a good brother. WIBTA if I didn't help pay for my brother to go to rehab? Adding this for clarification because many comments are assuming I'm American. I'm not and I won't have any medical bills or be affected financially because of my surgery. My brother is addicted to Percocet. We don't know how or exactly when it started because he's never had any surgery or been given a prescription for it. He's overdosed and been revived a couple of times that we know of. He was given Narcan to reverse the overdose and save him. He's lost his girlfriend, his job, his house and everything else. My parents want to put him in rehab before he overdoses again or before his minor brushes with the law turn into something bigger. My brother has no money for rehab himself. My parents have a place in mind that has an opening for him but they can't afford it on their own. To that end they want me to chip in and help pay for him to go to rehab. I told them absolutely not. Not only do I not want to spend any money on this even though I can afford the amount they are asking, but I have my own issues to deal with right now. I have surgery coming up to repair or replace one of my heart valves, depending on how bad it is. I don't have time to deal with my brother's problems when I have my own right now. My parents are furious. Not just that I won't give the money but that I said I don't have time for his problems. I'm not the one who destroyed his life, he did that himself. My parents are pressuring me to change my mind and we've argued about it. AITA, am being a selfish sister for not giving money and for what I said? AITA for ruining an engagement dinner? I am currently pregnant and everything has gone very well except one new problem. The smell of garlic makes me incredibly sick. My husband knows this and has been very kind by not having any sort of garlic smells in our house. He has also told me it's okay to leave parties or restaurants if I feel too sick from the smell, but the thing is I hate pulling the "I'm pregnant so I can do whatever I want" card, so I've been sucking it up and that's gone well. Well, we went to a new restaurant to celebrate his brother's engagement last night and once we got there I panicked because I watched garlic bread being served at tables. He noticed and whispered that he could drive me home and then come back and have dinner with his family. I felt awful, but that night it was bad and I knew I might end up sick if I tried to stay, which would put a damper on the night, so I told him yes please. However, his brother saw us in motion for us to join them at the table. We walked up to them and my husband simply said to the group I wasn't feeling well from the garlic smell in the restaurant, so he was going to drop me off at home and then come back. His brother looked upset and begged for both of us to stay because this night was important and swore I would be okay. I listened and convinced my husband I could stay. About 20 minutes later it got bad and I excused myself to the bathroom and everyone knew why. When I returned I saw my husband had gathered my things and his brother and Fzl looked pissed off. We left and I went to bed, but today I got a text from his brother saying that I shouldn't have come if I knew I was going to do this, and Fzl is upset because for the rest of the night she could tell everyone was thinking about me. Apparently my Mill also spent the night talking about her pregnancies with her kids. I feel like I should have had more of a backbone and told them no, I couldn't stay because now I hurt them, and we learned from a cousin they may take away my invitation to the wedding because I'll be 7 months then and may make another scene. AITA. Edit. Guys, it wasn't an Italian restaurant, it was just a regular restaurant that happened to serve garlic bread. I know garlic is often in Italian dishes, so I wouldn't have gone if I knew. Also, yes, I am seeing some people giving me good perspective and I did not think to Google the restaurant before, and this situation was avoidable. I will apologize to my in-laws for that mistake. AITA for scolding my BF at a wedding because he got too drunk? Went to a wedding tonight and I set ground rules with my boyfriend because he has a tendency to get too drunk. We are in Napa for 2 days and I wanted to get up early the day after the wedding to explore as I have never been here. I communicated with him and asked that he not get too drunk, BC if he is hungover we can't do the activities I planned together. Plus I hate when he gets drunk, he turns into a slob. So it all started out great, we were having fun, but then he slips into his get trashed mode and has like 10 drinks. We're dancing and he steps on my feet a million times, elbows me in my face a few times, spills someone's drink and I had it. I was getting mad at him stepping on my feet, he's 6'2" and that shit hurts. I lost it and started scolding him at our table, and when I looked around a guy made a face at me like I was being such a bitch and I felt so bad. But my BF was acting foolish and literally embarrassing me. And then my BF starts telling me to stop being rude to him. I told him he's the one being rude, BC he's breaking the boundary we had set and isn't coherent enough to notice he's literally physically hurting me. Am I the asshole?